In a world where fortunes rise and fall in seconds, where markets shift, technologies age, and trends vanish overnight, some creations move in the opposite direction. They grow more valuable with time, more powerful in memory, more impossible to replace. And in 2022, one of them rewrote the history of automobiles forever. A silver machine born in post-war Germany sold for $142 million, more than any car ever. This is the story of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupé and how it became the most valuable automobile on earth. To understand the price, we must begin with the purpose. In the early 1950s, Mercedes-Benz returned to motorsport with absolute intent. Their Formula One car, the W196, dominated Grand Prix racing. Its sports car sibling, the 300 SLR, conquered endurance events across Europe. These were not showroom cars, they were weapons, engineered for victory. But one man inside Mercedes saw something more. Rudolf Uhlenhaut, the company's chief engineer, believed racing technology did not belong only on circuits. He wanted to build a car that carried the soul of competition onto public roads. So he took the heart of the 300 SLR race car, wrapped it in a sleek, closed-roof body, and created something never meant for mass production, a road-going racing machine. Only two were ever built. They would become known simply as the Uhlenhaut Coupés. The Uhlenhaut Coupé was extraordinary even by modern standards. Under its long aluminium hood sat a straight-eight engine producing nearly 300 horsepower. At a time when most family cars struggled to reach highway speeds, this machine could exceed 170 miles per hour. Its body was formed from ultra-lightweight magnesium alloy. Its suspension was lifted directly from racing prototypes. Its gull-wing doors were not a design statement, they were a necessity, created because the racing chassis left no room for conventional doors. Everything about this car was dictated by performance, and yet its lines were elegant, balanced, timeless. It did not look aggressive, it looked inevitable. And then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished from the world. Both Uhlenhaut Coupés remained under Mercedes ownership. One entered the company's collection. The other became Rudolf Uhlenhaut's personal transport, a machine so fast that stories still circulate of him driving between cities faster than trains could travel. But after his time, even that car returned to storage. For nearly 70 years, no collector could own one. No auction could sell one. No amount of money could touch them. They were not commodities, they were company heritage. And in the collector world, nothing builds desire like impossibility.
Then, in 2022, something extraordinary happened. Mercedes-Benz quietly decided that one of the two cars would be sold. Not publicly, not to the highest bidder online, but in a private, invitation-only auction held inside the Mercedes-Benz museum itself. Only a handful of the world's most serious collectors were allowed into the room. No cameras, no spectacle, only history-changing hands. When the bidding ended, the final number stunned even seasoned experts. 135 million euros, roughly 142 million US dollars. In one moment, the Uhlenhaut Coupé became the most expensive car ever sold, by a very large margin. So why this car? Why not a Ferrari? Why not a Le Mans winner? Why not a celebrity-owned supercar? Because value at this level is not about speed or beauty alone. It is about singularity. Only two exist. Both were built by one of the most influential engineers in automotive history. Neither was ever offered to the public, and both represent technology that was decades ahead of its time. This is not just a rare car, it is a missing chapter of engineering history. Owning it is not about possession, it is about stewardship. And that is why the buyer accepted strict conditions that the car remain accessible for special public exhibitions, because at this level, ownership becomes guardianship. But the story does not end with the price tag. Mercedes-Benz announced that the proceeds would fund a new global research initiative focused on environmental science and sustainable mobility. In other words, the most advanced machine of the past was sold to help finance the technologies of the future. A symbolic exchange. From combustion to conservation, from speed to sustainability. Few sales in any industry have ever carried that kind of narrative weight. Today, the Uhlenhaut Coupé is more than the world's most expensive car. It is proof that engineering can become art, that function can become beauty, and that objects, when they carry enough history, can transcend material value entirely. Most machines are built to be replaced. This one was built to be remembered. And nearly 70 years after it first touched the road, it reminded the world of something very simple. True greatness does not depreciate, it compounds.